They say in life we have choices, but some of us have no choice but to live where shelter is provided. As kids, some of us were able to enjoy having fun as a kid, while others had to fight daily growing up as a kid. Some may say fighting is good, it makes you tough or disciplined. Some may say enjoy life as a kid is good, it teaches you kindness. We all have experiences growing up in life that can and sometimes determine who or what we grow up to become.
Ghetto dreams, gunshots, food nightmares. Mama hit the food shelf when the paper wasn't
Make sure grandma, she knows you guys are still out here. Okay.
So we're gonna start off, what's your name, where you from?
Alright, shit. You want like my name, nigga?
I mean, whatever you gonna give them.
Alright. Shit, my name Big Nutty. You know, born in St. Paul, raised in Minneapolis. Shit, I'm a Minnesotan. I'm from the town. Mom and dad, all from St. Paul. My mom moved us to Minneapolis in like '83.
Okay.
And, you know, shit, I'm from right over here. Victoria and Marshall and Victoria. Shit, we lived everywhere over here. I was a little nigga though. My mom moved us to the app in like '83.
So did you notice any difference once you moved to the app than, you know, when you was in St. Paul, or was it kind of the same? Like, what was the transition like?
Nah, when I moved to the app, man, I moved right in the 30s, right on 31st and 4th. This was before it was Crips and Bloods, really, you know. But they always had the Blood family over there, so it was a little odd, you know. It was a lot rougher growing up over there than it was in St. Paul.
Okay. When you talking rough, what you mean, like, about rough? What was the difference in rough?
It wasn't as peaceful. That shit, we was fighting at school. We was fighting in the neighborhood. We was fighting at the park. We was fighting going to the corner store in Minneapolis.
Okay.
Over here, we used to go to the pop shop. It was all love, you know. Everything we did over here was peaceful to me. You know what I mean? It was a totally different. It was different.
Most of the fighting that was going on once you went to Minneapolis was, you know, because of what?
It wasn't nothing I was doing. It was the area. The area was crazy. You know, we had you had a bunch of different back then. You know, like I said before, it was any Crips. We always had Blood, but they was called the Blood family. But then, you know, you have Ice Lords over there. You had all kind of shit in that neighborhood. So they was already funking before I moved over there. I just moved over there and it was funky.
Okay.
You know, so shit, it was cool. It was.
So what's it like when you say funkin'? Like, for some people that may be watching, they may not, you know what funkin' is. You know, what is funkin'?
Well, funkin', they was going at it. They was beefing. Let me see. It was more like we would go skating on Fridays, you know, and it'd be like we all got off at the same bus stop, lived in the same neighborhood, but these niggas was Rice Lords, these niggas was Bloods. I wasn't nothing. I was a B-boy. I was more into breakdancing and graffiti and shit, you know, but that's what was going on. You know, I lived in that neighborhood. I hung with some of them. I just wasn't affiliated with none of them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I wasn't no Blood. You know what I'm saying? And nothing like that. So that's where it changed for me later on as growing up. When they was like, "Nigga, you gonna be a Blood?" And I'm like, "Nah." And that's when it started getting a little hectic.
So when they say you don't want to be a Blood, you choose to be neutral. Like, what did you choose to do?
Well, when they said no, I was still more into breakdancing and shit. So I was like, okay, I ain't gonna be no Blood, but you niggas ain't finna be punking me either. So therefore, what I went along and did was, my buddies lived on the other side. You know, they lived further down in the 20s and all that shit, in the 10s and the teens. So all I did was get up with them. By that time, shit, we had bumped into the Crips, nigga, and it was on.
Okay. It's been that set ever since then.
Yeah, I say like shit, 87.
Okay.
You know, but we was Crips before Colors. But it was rough.
Is there anything you wish you would have, you know, changed or did differently?
A ton of it. Shit, but I would have changed a lot of shit, man. I think I would have changed how we hung out. I think it would have changed what we did in the neighborhood. I would have changed a lot of shit, man. I think the hardest thing for me was losing my brother. I think that opened my eyes more than anything, to the point to where it was like, this shit can't be real. This ain't what it is. For the simple fact is that it was so-called one of the homies that killed my brother. So that alone woke me up. You know, you always got funny homies and everything, regardless. You know what you do. Funny niggas on the basketball team, funny niggas on the football team. So you know you're gonna have funny niggas in the gang. But it's, you gotta pick and choose. You gotta pick and choose the homies. Everybody ain't your homie. Just cause he's from the set don't mean he the homie. Me alone, any nigga I called my homie or that I hung with, I did my own research. I hung with him myself. You know, so couldn't nobody tell me he was a bad person or he was a good person. They gonna say, oh, that's the homie, cuz, go fuck with cuz. I wouldn't do that. I'll go on my own. Now I go talk to a nigga. Hey, what's up, my nigga? I'll fuck with a nigga on my own, one-on-one basis. You know, see what he was like before I really can say, oh, that's the homie. You know, just some things you can pick up, man. I've been to the pen. Nobody went and checked on my mom. Nobody checked on, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Nobody went and seen if my mom was okay. Nobody checked to see if my kids was cool. Shit, you barely, didn't nobody write you to see if you was cool. You know what I'm saying? So all that free the homie shit and all that should be bullshit. If a nigga ain't going to check up on your mom and her well-being, then that ain't the homie. You know, I tell this to a lot of people, man. You know, we put up a persona that we so hard, but man, no bullshit. When I hit the pen, my nigga, and I smashed through that bitch, and I hit that tier, and they shut them gates, nigga. I kind of sat on my bed and let a couple flow. It wasn't. I didn't cry for being scared. I cried for, man, like, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? What my life done changed? What happened? What did I do? Why am I here? That's what I was more concerned about. But to me, it's penitentiary is more mental than physical. You know.
Okay.
If you can do, if you got any mental strength, you can make it through the penitentiary. But I wish the penitentiary on nobody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for no man. But if you mentally can deal with some shit, you can deal with the penitentiary, because it's not physical at all. Any doubt in your mind before you do anything, and you have any doubt, that means don't do it. If you get ready to jump out and you say, maybe I shouldn't jump out, don't jump out. If you're finna pull the trigger and you say, and you hesitant, don't do it, my nigga, because you wasn't meant to do it. You didn't really want to do it. You're gonna regret it later on. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to shoot, man. It's easy to shoot somebody, but I don't think a lot of you cats can deal with murder mentally after the fact. You know, shit, waking up in cold sweats, thinking about some death, thinking about killing another human being, man. Just think, you know, a lot of shit will change if you think. Just think about it. You know, a lot of shit will change, man.
Can't trust nobody, they'll tell it. Know how to spot that bullshit, I can smell it. Acting like you got it, but your soul is what you're selling. Sentence max at 30 years, and I still wouldn't tell it. In that cell all alone, had to count on my blessings. Told my son to write 100, he did it, that was impressive. Told him loyalty and love gon' always keep you respected. Then my phone ring, money on my line, I gotta check it. I was born broke, my mind on bags real heavy. I ain't got time for broke niggas and bitches acting petty.